That's a big question because in the market that we're in, I think the agent has to market a lot more than they have ever had to market, more so than they did 2 or 3 years ago. I think 2 or 3 years ago it didn't matter, you know, you could contact almost any agent and your home would sell. But now I think that sellers have to be more selective and careful about choosing the right agent to market their home, because it really does take a lot of marketing. Specifically, do you want specifics of the marketing? About maybe 2 years, maybe a year and a half to 2 years ago, I started aggressively marketing properties. Not that I wasn't before, but the need wasn't there as much because homes sold fairly quickly. But because the market has softened and turned over the last couple of years, I had to get a little bit more creative and aggressive in my marketing. So about a year and a half to 2 years ago, I started marketing my listings on Craigslist through a postlet type of template, which is actually picked up by a lot of search engines, which helps it spread throughout the internet and gives the listing more exposure. Recently, I've started to advertise the listings on a website called Backpage.com, which is very similar to Craigslist. The postlet template works on Backpage also. About 2 years ago, I started using video podcasts, which is just kind of a nice little TV commercial of the listing, which consists of voice coming on, talking about the property, kind of a virtual tour of the property, music in the background, and these little video podcasts get picked up by search engines. It gets picked up by Google Video, Yahoo Video. I've been told that it gets picked up by about 65 different search engines, although I don't know, you know, what the names are of all those search engines. On-premise marketing. Because I'm primarily a listing agent, I do work mostly with sellers. I would say maybe 70 to 75% of my business consists of sellers. So the on-premise marketing, the flyers, again, I'm very particular about the way the marketing looks, the way the brochures look, the colors. I mean, I would drive anyone nuts that was trying to get this put together for me, but the flyers have to be a very heavy, glossy paper. I want it to feel good in your hand when it gets wet. I don't want it to tear. I want it to be high quality throughout. On the back of the flyer, and I mention this to my sellers who I'm contracting with to list their property, are all my other listings, not all of them. I can only get 20 on the back of each flyer, but the other homes that I have listed are marketed on the backs of the flyers. So if a buyer is driving around on a Sunday afternoon, they pick up a flyer in a neighborhood, and maybe it isn't the home that fits their objectives. They turn over the back of the flyer and they say, wow, look at all these homes. Oh, wow, wow, look at that one. We might want to go and see that one. So they call their agent. They might drive to the property, but the important thing is that there's some cross-selling so that the seller knows that their property is being marketed all over the county because it's on the back of all the other flyers of the listings that I have currently listed. So it creates great exposure. On-premise marketing, well, that's primarily the only on-premise marketing would be the flyers. I think that the staging, in my opinion, consists of, obviously, these are just common sense. The home needs to be decluttered. It needs to be clean, it needs to smell good, and that means no pet odors, no smoking. I've had sellers that do have pets. I've banned them from the home in certain situations, including smoking, and the smoker, which may be a seller, is not allowed to smoke in the home because it's not appealing to a buyer. The smells, it could be any kind of smell. It could be a mold smell, it could be musty. So the home has to smell good. It should be light and bright. Windows, you know, you don't want to go into a home, it's dark, the shades are drawn. You know, it doesn't give a good warm feeling. So it needs to be light and bright, smells good, it's decluttered, everything is clean and picked up. You know, the buyers need to imagine some of their own things in the home, and I don't think that that means taking down all personal photos, removing all, you know, personal things in the home, because I think it feels good to walk into a home that feels like a family lives there. It feels good, it feels warm, it feels friendly, it feels natural.